News coming in right now amid stormy Parliament session. India Netas, that is the India Alliance Netas, chair key huddle. In fact, opposition netas are meeting before the Parliament session today. Remember, there's already a BJP parliamentary party meeting which is currently underway inside Parliament. And meanwhile, here are opposition netas on your screens from the 26 parties that in fact came together to form the India Alliance, who are also strategizing ahead of the session for the day commencing. So expect a very stormy session over there. Expect opposition to continue to mount pressure on the centre, demanding a statement from Prime Minister on the Manipur crisis. Rahul Gautam is joining me with the phone line right now. Rahul, we can see pictures coming in from that opposition huddle which is currently underway inside Parliament. In fact, we can see Raghav Chadda speaking very animatedly in that meeting, clearly because the AAP has lost one member of Parliament during this session, with Sanjay Singh being suspended for the rest of the session.
Well, this is a very crucial meeting that is happening, at the office of LOP Rajya Sabha, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, and in fact, all the parties who are part of opposition camp are participating in this meeting. Now, remember, this is third meeting in less than 4 days of Parliament session, and this only shows that how opposition is now recalibrating its strategy as to how they can corner the government, on issue of Manipur. We've been informed that the suspension of AAP MP Rajya Sabha, Mr. Sanjay Singh, is also likely to be discussed, among the parties, and then they're going to take up the same issue with the chair as well. We all know that how the four managers of the government is also trying to reach out to the opposition camp in order to break the impasse which is prevailing in both the houses of the parliament. But the opposition camp has made it very clear that nothing short of a Prime Minister's statement would be enough on this issue, given the fact that this issue demands immediate attention from the highest office of the country, and therefore they will be insisting again that Prime Minister should come and address both the houses of the Parliament. On the other hand, the government has already made it very clear that they're ready to discuss this issue, and a senior minister would be briefing both the houses. So you can expect that the opposition would be recalibrating its strategy. At the same time, they would be bringing in more issues to corner the government in this monsoon session.
Okay. Rahul Gautam there reporting from Delhi on that very crucial meeting which is currently underway inside the LOP's office in Parliament. Rahul Gautam, of course, continues to be with us. Rahul, this is going to be extremely crucial because both sides seem very adamant on their positions. The government is very clear that they're not going to allow for a statement of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister will make no statement on Manipur inside the House. It will only be the Home Minister who will reply to any discussion. Again, the opposition, of course, insisting that suspend all business immediately, hold a discussion. But before that, the Prime Minister has to make a statement. So the logjam likely to continue. Okay, we'll try and reconnect with my colleague Rahul Gautam. Those pictures, of course, on your screens of the two meetings that are currently underway inside Parliament. On the right-hand side of your screens, you can see Prime Minister there walking in earlier this morning for the BJP Parliamentary Party meeting. That meeting is still underway. We expect that the Prime Minister would have a few words of advice for the BJP parliamentarians ahead of the session commencing. This is, of course, a meeting that happens every week as far as the BJP strategy for the week is concerned during Parliament session. This, of course, is the first such meeting that's happening during the monsoon session of Parliament, where the BJP, of course, will strategize as to how they will counter the opposition as it continues to disrupt proceedings in both houses of Parliament, demanding a statement from the Prime Minister on the Manipur violence. And remember, the opposition, of course, on the other hand, is adamant on their demand that the Prime Minister make a statement. So on both sides, Rahul, with both of them digging their heels in as to how they stand as far as the discussion on the Manipur crisis is concerned, unlikely that there's going to be any resolution anytime soon.
Rightly pointed out that it seems that both opposition and treasury benches, they are sticking to their demands. On one hand, opposition camp is insisting that Prime Minister should come and brief both the House in and apprise them about what is the present situation in Manipur and what steps our government has taken in order to mitigate the situation. On the other hand, the government is saying that it is ready to take up the Manipur issue, provided there is decorum and order in the House. And in fact, they are also accusing opposition of running away from discussion merely because of the fact that their stance would be exposed in states like Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and West Bengal. So clearly, opposition and treasury benches are holding their ground firmly, and obviously this is resulting in an impasse between opposition and government because of the fact that this is the fourth day, and it is expected that today also we're going to witness ruckus in both the houses as opposition is going to come armed with issues like Manipur, women's safety, and you can expect that opposition would be again raising these issues. On the other hand, the government is still trying to, bring consensus and trying to reach out to the opposition camp, but it seems that...
Okay, Rahul, just hold on, because we're getting information that's coming out of that meeting that the opposition is holding right now in the LOP's office in Parliament. The opposition is going to consistently insist on a demand for the Prime Minister's statement in Parliament. So the opposition has decided, no relenting, the Prime Minister must speak on Manipur in Parliament. So while, of course, the government has stated very clearly the Prime Minister will make no statement, the Home Minister will reply to any discussion as far as Manipur is concerned, the demand that the India alliance is likely to continue to insist upon and make in both houses of Parliament is that the Prime Minister must speak on Manipur. Rahul.
Absolutely, and this is what, leading to stalemate between opposition and treasury benches. The government has already made it very clear that it is ready to discuss Manipur issue, given the gravity and seriousness of the, of this issue, provided there is decorum and order in the House, and Amit Shah, who's the Home Minister, would be briefing both the houses. However, opposition has rejected this idea. They are insisting that Prime Minister should come and address both the houses and must tell as to what steps have been taken to mitigate the situation, how it's going to initiate a dialogue between all the stakeholders. So clearly, you can say that this, this logjam is only continuing. And as I was telling you earlier also, today is the fourth day of this monsoon session, and it's the third meeting which is happening at this point of time of opposition camp, where they're recalibrating their strategy. In fact, Rajnath Singh had earlier called Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge also as to how they can, bring opposition on board when it comes to, transacting business in Parliament. But Mallikarjun Kharge specifically conveyed to government that unless and until Prime Minister comes and briefs both the houses about Manipur, they are not going to come on board, or there will not be a consensus between the two parties. So clearly, it seems that that monsoon session is also heading towards a complete washout, as we have seen in previous sessions as well.
That's unfortunate. We're expecting, as Rahul is pointing out, Rahul, stay on with us, that this could possibly mean a washout of this session. Now, the government, of course, realizes, Rahul, that this is going to be a demand that the opposition is not going to step away from anytime soon in terms of having the Prime Minister make a statement on Manipur in Parliament. So it is already strategizing as to how it wants to see its legislative business through this session, especially because it's got 31 bills listed to be tabled in both houses of Parliament, especially the ordinance, which is extremely crucial for the government, the ordinance, the bill converting the ordinance, the Delhi Services Ordinance in Parliament as well.
This has always been an allegation of the opposition camp, that how government has been bulldozing its agenda and how bills are being passed without any discussion on deliberations. And in fact, as we are witnessing this stalemate, continuing this logjam, only escalating between the two, two parties. It shows that the opposition has decided they're now not going to relent from their demands. We have to really understand that the opposition has conveyed it to the treasury benches that the onus to run the government lies on the part of the government, and therefore they should concede the ground and should give space to opposition. Given the fact that both opposition and government wants to discuss, the issue of Manipur, but how it will be discussed and who is going to be addressing both the houses. This is the main question, and this is the grey area which is leading to this stalemate. Clearly, the government also knows that it will not be able to run the house without the help and assistance of opposition. Therefore, they are also trying to reach out and sending fillers to the opposition leaders. But as I was saying earlier, also Mallikarjun Kharge has specifically conveyed, and in fact, it has been again reaffirmed with this today's meeting that Prime Minister must come and speak and apprise leaders about the current situation in Manipur and must tell as to how is going to improve the situation, how is going to initiate the dialogue between the stakeholders, and how, in fact, they are also insisting for a all-party delegation to be sent without further delay. So these are the main demands of the opposition to which they are sticking, and it seems that at this point of time there is no solution in sight as far as government is concerned.
Okay, Rahul Gautam, they're bringing us all those updates from that opposition huddle which is currently underway inside Parliament, inside the LOP's office. Shortly, the session is to begin. Expect stormy scenes again.